Hello everybody and welcome back to LMM. It's very cold. I'm sat on the lift inside the shed, so that can only mean that it's time for What's Broken Now as we take a look at what happened over 2021 inside the shed. Now, to be fair, this year hasn't been as productive as we might have hoped. But we've still been relatively busy. We bought Matt Salika, a £500 car from Lemons, and decided that it would die with dignity, with us removing the engine.
I'd like to explain where we are at this stage, apart from delirious.
I thought it might be a good idea to save the wiring loom, like connect it to the ECU, so it was a complete working unit.
That's a good idea.
I didn't realise quite how bad 2000s cars were. Despite having done this before, I should say, I didn't remember quite how bad 2000s Toyotas were for just...
What's terrifying is this is better than cars are today.
No, they're better today because they have CAN butts and it's all sensible and you get like one universal plug and everything goes through it. This is just... This is nightmarish. I don't know why you wanted it, Lawrie. I really don't.
Is it like a boomerang now? If you chuck it, will it come back?
I like how the nuts stuck. Rusty Toyotas.
Put it round, go on, all the way. There you go. It's like anger management. I've done this wonderful disassembly job of the exhaust there. You can see that very good bit of disconnecting there.
No, leave it under. Yeah, just place it so it's actually underneath, yeah. On the thing, and then we go down a bit. Essentially, I think I'm going to fire it up this time. Because I don't want to do it with a 1.8 litre.
And I don't think we're lifting sufficiently.
Just go down.
Basically, it's just got us to come up.
You alright?
We also managed to get the little battery electric tug that I'd been given to work properly and to charge.
That grey line on the backing, and that's static, and then the actual needle is a black bit above it. And it was previously in the middle of that grey bit, but it is above it. Turn it off! Turn it off, that way YouTube doesn't think we're cheating. Alright, get pressure on. Right. Done. Yes! It doesn't stop you very well, no. That might be our mounting system though.
And my Ruston 48, that fired back up into life after our long absence of doing absolutely nothing.
That one, that goes to the starter. I'm with it now, I'm up to speed. I've got
Oh, is that why it doesn't actually have a battery terminal on it and only has one of the little things?
If you're not going to say helpful things, don't say anything at all.
I actually noticed that at the start. I assumed there was some other way of connecting it.
On the radiator, it's done that. Check cab gearbox level.
In less positive news, we found out that my Moggy 1000 is basically just rust and holes being held together in the vague form of a car.
I maintain that it's not that bad.
Not that bad?
No, it's not that bad, everybody. That's where we store our rust. That's 21. It's fine. It's not that bad. It's still. It's fine. As long as I don't look at it, I can maintain it's fine. As long as I don't look at it.
Caught a big one.
Oh.
Do you know what that is?
Was it my floor?
Well, there's two floors. You see, you got your original floor, and then they came in and just slapped another piece of bit on it.
And now both of them are rotten.
Yeah, exactly. So I got rid of that's a piece of the new floor.
And in more positive news, we finally got the digger to work properly. A bit, only briefly, but it did indeed work.
Here we go with some assorted nonsense size fans. Wait, Matt. No, that wouldn't work anyway. Nope.
My turbo MR2 has also been reassembled and sent off to be painted, which is something hopefully we'll see in the new year.
So, long-time viewers of the channel might recognise this red piece behind me. It's not my MR2, but for some reason I'm stuck working on it. And we'll get to that in a little bit. But long story short, the Turbo 2 is finally moving forward.
I wasn't scared, and now I am terrified.
If you're wondering why I haven't got in the car like a normal person, it's because it's up on these, and we know that the silly bits here go.
The actual point where it should be on jack stands is just there, so...
But we jacked it up, so obviously it's not there.
Yes, exactly.
And so we're trying to not put any extra weight in it, and I'm a big boy.
Yeah, exactly.
Also on the subject of actually fixing something, I finally got around to solving the exhaust niggles that I'd had with my blue MR2, something that had really ruined driving it and one of the reasons that I took it off the road.
Right, that's up. Cool. Oh my. I'll put a little turn on them. Try to avoid what's happened with a...
Several of the bolts.
Yeah.
Most of the exhaust on MR2s.
So with that fixed, well, you would have thought that I'd get on with other things, but no, I decided a better thing to do would be to start disassembling this behind me, my Nissan 100 NX, to try and get to the bottom of some of the rot that was starting to work its way through it.
Still holding. That's the reason. No. Tasty.
The funny thing is we have a ramp, which would have made this so much easier.
Yeah, but whose piece of garbage is on there? Is it another blue vehicle by any chance?
It is, yes.
Oh, wonderful. Can you get this done so we can go and buy things?
Down here you can see that it's rust still got in across the front there. So all that needs... Attached.
And talking of disassembly, well, Matt got himself a new car. He got a Suzuki Jimny and promptly decided that the best thing to do would be to start disassembling that as well.
Oh, I tell you what's got to tell you. I saw a beautiful video the other day of a Jimny out doing green laning, and it just goes, whoop, no, dump. It's so.
Well, it falls on its nose.
It falls over sideways, and they roll it back on, and it just goes over the other way.
Oh no!
Shit. Oh, that was bad. Right. I regret my decisions, but I have to deal with them, so here we go, nothing. Crush.
But in more positive news, his Starlet was completed and was sent off for paint.
Judging by what colour the wings were, I'm pretty sure everyone knows what colour I want it. Whether it gets painted that colour or not is an entirely different thing. But
I like that shot.
Where the joke comes from, because every time we try to look for...
On the subject of Matt, we made a major breakthrough here on the channel with Matt going out and buying a welding kit and learning to weld, which in fairness, has served him very well on the Jimny and has made my eyes light up with glee looking at all my holy things around the shed that are now available for him to work on, which will make things a lot easier and stop us having to load the cars onto the trailer and take them to my friends to get welded, because they can now be done here in-house. And speaking of my friends, we got donated a saw, a power saw for cutting through metal.
I suppose once it's up, then we can reverse it a little bit more if we had to.
This thing's rated at 500 weight. It's got about twice that on it.
It does look relatively heavy, I'll be honest.
We've got a motor on here which turns this wheel here, which in turn then causes the saw to move, as you can just about see it rocking back and forth.
And that has been very useful because we've actually used it once.
Well, it's going through it.
It's something we're going to be using more in the future, but it's nice to have if nothing else. The most momentous occasion of the year, although it wasn't really us fixing anything, was the acquisition of our 40th vehicle. Yes, I know, 40 vehicles for the 40k special, which was, well, momentous.
Are you ready? Okay. Are you ready? On 3. 1, 2, 3. Your new car! It's quite literally a car!
And that's basically it. 2021 has not really been as productive as we'd like, but for 2022, our hopes are quite high. I really want to get this done and back on the road. I also really want to get the digger sorted and working. I want to get it to a point that I can drive it around here. It's not going to be 100%, it's a long way off that, but just so it doesn't leak and I can trundle around and do basic jobs with it, that would be absolutely super. And I also really want to get on to sorting out my beloved 106. I've got a plan for that, and it's just getting around to getting it to happen, because it's a great little car. And I know that Matt wants to see the completion of his Suzuki, which will be great. I'm also really looking forward to seeing my MR2 come back from paint and going off and doing some stuff with that, because I've really missed having an MR2 on the road. The other thing, obviously, for those of you who saw our Christmas message, is I need to fix Jupiter and put some new batteries on it and sort out why on earth the terminals are just corroding, because that was a massive anticlimax.
Again, has ruined Christmas.
And of course, if I can, I really this year want to see the Ruston 48 return to service. It's been sat out of traffic for far too long, and it's something that I just want working again. So let us know in the comments, guys, how many of these things do you think we're actually going to succeed with? I'm optimistic. Foolish, but optimistic. But let us know. And of course, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this one. Let us know in the comments what you want to see us working on, what you'd really like to see kind of come to completion, or what you'd like to see us tackle. And with that, of course, thanks for watching. And coming up now, a couple of the other videos that we've done, either in the shed or about the vehicles here. So, ta-ra guys. And here's to a successful and exciting 2022. Ta-ra.